Salute a tutti! It's another beautiful day in Abruzzo.
Yep, and it's an early start for us. We're on our way to meet a group that we're taking on our Grand Tour day.
And you might notice we have a cameraman with us today, Piero, who's actually Abruzzese, but he's working for Channel 4 in England and making a series about people who move away from England and start a new life. And they've been filming with us for about 2 years.
Yep, you'll see him popping up every now and then. Anyway, we hope you enjoy our Grand Tour day. And if you too want to book on one of our tours, just get in touch with us. We look forward to hearing from you. Yeah, and also if you enjoy this film, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel.
So, thank you everyone for coming. Really pleased you're here. I'm going to just tell you a little bit about this oratory in Bominaco, where we are now, which is actually the San Pellegrino oratory. And this used to be a much bigger complex with a massive abbey, the 10th century Benedictine Abbey of Santa Maria Assunta at the back. So the interior of this oratory was painted with frescoes in 1263 and was probably the work of at least 3 Benedictine monks who lived in the abbey. So before you enter, I'm going to read you a short piece that describes some of the visual experience inside. Ugly, naked demons clutch the pale bodies of sinners in a fateful embrace. Long, slithery snakes reach up to sink their fangs into white flesh. Other evil spirits dance in fiendish joy as another soul enters their inferno.
So standing outside this 13th century wonderful Oratorio di San Pellegrino, you just wouldn't realise how beautiful it is on the inside. Those fantastic frescoes, I mean total fresco heaven, 13th century frescoes. No wonder it's also known as the Abruzzo Sistine Chapel. Eh?
And the thing is, the outside, to anyone that's never been in before, is very modest. Beautiful, but modest. There's no signs of what you're about to experience when you go in. And that's part of the drama of the whole place, I think.
Okay, so we're in Santo Stefano di Sessanio, which is in the Gran Sasso and the Monte della Langa National Park. And we're at about, or we will be, at 1,250 metres above sea level. And yeah, we're going to have a little wander through now and have a guided visit of the tower. And just enjoy wandering through the little maze you'll see. The maze with narrow little passageways and alleyways, which we enjoy just popping along here, don't we, for a coffee every now and then.
Now, because we can find a way around.
Now because we know the way. So
but not originally.
Best not to get lost. But yeah, and it's got some very beautiful little boutiques and bars and cafes that are tucked away in the stone structures here that date from the 11th to the 15th century. And you won't be surprised to know, once you've had a little wander around, that this belongs to that club you've probably heard of, I Borghi più belli d'Italia. Just before we go through the original entrance gates to Santo Stefano di Sessanio, and just point out that Santo Stefano belonged to what was called the Barony of Carapelle, which basically encompassed Santo Stefano, Castelvecchio, Carapelle, Vivicalascio, where we've just driven through, and Rocca Calascio, which you just saw high up on the hill. And it was a sort of strategically based barony in terms of it being in this amazing pastoral basin. So the barony of Carapelle was owned by many different families over centuries, and then in 1549 the Medici family, which you probably all know about, they bought the barony of Carapelle, and they ruled over this barony, obviously capitalising on the wool trade, and were able to, from this point, they were able to oversee the transumanza, which is, you know, the shepherding from south to north and back again. And yeah, if you look closely, you can see up there the Medici coat of arms.
The top one. Yeah.
The top one, the one with the, it's sort of unmistakable with its 6 balls.
Wool was unbelievably important at that time. It was one of the most precious commodities there were, because, you know, in the winter it's freezing in a lot of Italy or in a lot of Europe, and wool was the only thing they could make clothes out of that would keep them warm. And so they knew that, and that's why they became, you know, the barony. They wanted the money, wanted to own it.
Clever,
Yeah.
clever. Yeah. The tower in Santo Stefano is called the Torre Medicea. I think you've seen the signs. It wasn't actually built by the Medici, but they
just gained the
as
name.
like a lot of us that come to Abruzzo, we do our renovations and we put our mark on it. So you know, they obviously did some work to it. And,
the place got attacked a lot, and then people would try and protect themselves inside and get lost in different places. There's a good example of that here, because if everyone managed to run and then wanted to get inside the main fortified centre, you'd also then want to be able to protect that bit that everyone goes in. And there's a good example of that here in this street. Just watch the gentleman going through. And you'll see yeah. Do you want to go through and get us coming?
Later, when the least amount of people can see me. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
You try and go through first.
The least amount of people can see me. That's very funny. No effort whatsoever. So we're just about to take all our guests up the tower and be guided by the lovely Elena.
Hi, nice to see you. I wait for you on the Medici Tower of Santo Stefano di Sessanio in Abruzzo, in the National Park of Gran Sasso and Monti della Laga. Every day we are open from 10:30 till 7 o'clock in the afternoon.
Fantastic.
I wait for you. Okay, welcome to Santo Stefano, welcome to the Medici Tower. Every floor we stop, I will give you some information about the tower, the rebuilding works, and the territory in general. From here it was possible to come inside thanks to our rope staircases that used to be retractable to avoid the entrance of the enemies as the skeleton. Here the 2 meters more of the tower. The discovery of the real basement of the tower. Yes.
is now. It's becoming, if you can't get through it, you need to go on the diet. So that's what
Oh, I'm good still.
Yeah.
I can have another gelato.
We just arrived on the Campo Imperatore. We're at the famous restaurant for the arrosticini.
Ristorante Mucciante.
Ristorante Mucciante, and we're just about to order our food and go and cook it.
Let's go in.
Facciamo 10 allora? Ze branden ze allemaal.
So, arrosticini's all cooked, sausages sizzling,
guests are eating and drinking, and the sausages to go, and then we can join our guests.
Have a look at my sauce.
Oh, it's so good.
Right, Andrew, are we going to tuck in as well?
Yeah, there's 3 bits left. Right. So I don't know how that happened. So do it again. Hang on, my glass is looking a bit sad.
Yeah, it does.
I can't toast that. It's better, isn't it? And they call it spaghetti roasting spaghetti.
It was a good fun. I actually worked on an Italian film when they came to Virginia. We're going to have to watch that tonight.
We're just going on a little walk on a dry riverbed.
Underground and come out in Hopperly. So we're with Lorenzo Baldi, our fantastic guide who everybody knows in the whole of Abruzzo, just about. And apart from guiding on walking and mountaineering and serious climbing, Lorenzo also is part of this wonderful e-bike business.
Our e-bike business, if you can call it like business, is born a couple of years ago around this local cooperative, which we founded 2 years ago for the young people to stay here and to give them a new opportunity to live in the village. So we are dedicated more to the tourism, and we give tourist services. And we started with this e-bike. We formed some young guys as guides, e-bike guides, but mainly I'm always on the bike.
Well, you enjoy the bikes, I think, don't you?
Yeah, we have a big landscape, a big scenery around here.
Beautiful landscape.
A beautiful landscape.
He's a very lucky man where he lives and where he works.
We're just going up to Rocca Calascio on the e-bikes with our group today. But Lorenzo, tell us what other tours that you do.
I do these tours generally starting from here, from the village. And from the village you can go across the mountains. It's very gentle mountains, and there are many gravel roads used once by shepherds that we use today with the e-bikes. And we go up in the mountains up to the big plateau of Campo Imperatore. We can reach the big plateau of Campo Imperatore, across the canyon and down through the villages. We make a tour which goes through all those villages around Calascio.
Spectacular.
And yes, it's spectacular. Every village has its own history, every place has its own nature. So during the tour we tell about the history, the nature, and landscape is something which talks by himself.
Yeah, indeed. You don't need to say anything. And Lorenzo's very, very knowledgeable about all the flora and fauna and history of this wonderful area. So if you go e-biking with him, there'll be no questions he can't answer.
We hope so.
Well, yeah, we hope so, but I trust it.
Or I invent.
Yeah, or you just make it up.
You'll never know.
That's my secret. And so how many e-bikes do you have here?
We have 20 e-bikes.
And the money that you make from the business goes back into this community?
Yes, it's all made to make this business for the local people, for the young. It's a job opportunity for them.
It's fantastic.
Rent the bikes, stay behind the bikes, as well as we're going to Rocca Calascio, we will find another person from the local cooperative, which opened the castle. Another one has opened a little souvenir shop. So we give opportunity to work. We have the bikes since May to November, all 6 months, 7 months.
Wow.
And then in winter time we continue with maintenance. We've been working on the hiking paths last winter.
To keep the trails open.
Yes.
And if people want to hire the bikes here, if they want, can they find it online easily or not?
Yes, we have a website. Our cooperative is Vivicalascio, and which means that we try to keep Calascio alive.
So come to Calascio, check out Calascio, because Calascio, we haven't got time for it today on our trip, but it's stunning, beautiful, definitely worth a visit. And then come and find Lorenzo and get on your bike.
And go for an amazing cycle, and the money that you pay will be going back into supporting this community here.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Okay, well let's get on our bikes and head up to Calascio.
Let's go,
Rocca Calascio.
Yeah. So we're e-biking up to Rocca Calascio, and Lorenzo's doing no hands.
Hello! Hi everybody!
He's up there already?
Yes. They walked on and left me with all the stuff.
Have they?
I can't carry it.
Oh, I can't carry anything.
Why not?
So, I'm just walking up with Susanna, who runs the Refugio della Rocca. We're schlepping up some bits and pieces so we can have a nice aperitivo with the group up here. Wow. I never tire of these views. Ciao. Okay, schlepped up there, now I need to get the group. How you doing?
The Rocca Calascio was the main tower of a system of more than 30 towers connected by fire, probably by fire or probably by big copper mirrors. And they were all connecting from over L'Aquila all the way down to Sulmona, to the city down in the south, and to other towers on the ridge of the mountains and to the Adriatic coast. At that time there were the Saracens landing on the Adriatic coast, coming and robbing and destroyed everything. And they knew exactly the moment where the danger was coming. The towers were sending the message from one tower to another. In the valley there were all the churches would start to ring the bells, and the people knew that they had to get into the villages. During the ages, this became also the route for the trading with Florence, the main trade with Florence in 1500. And also the passage of the sheep, because the shepherd during the winter time spend all the winter in Puglia. They do this, they make this, it's called transhumance. They collect all the sheep, they bring the sheep in a 2 weeks journey down to Puglia, spend all winter there, come back in May, stopping in the villages and going up for a couple of weeks and then going up to the mountains again. So it was important, the system of towers, because they were controlling also for safety, for the passage of the animals and the shepherds. In 1500 there was a big earthquake, and this part of the village has been abandoned. They built a lower village. Another very big earthquake was in 1700. But the people still lived here. This tower has lost importance, but the village who was born around the tower has been lived till the 1956, where the last person has left, and the village has been completely abandoned for almost 60 years, until the time that a family from Rome decided to come back and start to live here again. So now we are, now Rocca Calascio has become very important for tourism, and this family still lives here, and it's the only family in Rocca Calascio today.
When did they come back?
In 1992. From here you can see, well, the Gran Sasso Mountains, but you can see all the ranges of Abruzzo. Maiella National Park, Maiella Mountains in the back. When we talk about Apennines, it's the range of mountains across Italy, all Italy. On the far down there, you can see the city of Sulmona, one of the nicest cities of Abruzzo. And behind, the mountains of another national park, the National Park of Abruzzo. And again, the plateau of Navelli, where they produce the saffron, very famous saffron. The first place in Europe where they start to grow saffron was Navelli. In Abruzzo we have 3 national parks, 1 big regional park, and 38 protected areas. So we are the first region in Europe for protected areas.
That was amazing.
So it's the end of the day, folks. I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here with us, and just did you enjoy yourselves?
Oh, absolutely.
Best one.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
We managed to cram a lot into one day. We really did.
It was a long day.
Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you.
It was so lovely to meet you.
Great to meet everyone.
Great fun.
I really enjoyed it with you guys. It's been brilliant.
Yeah,
It really has.
yeah, you've made us laugh as well. It's been a good day. So it's a week later from our wonderful Grand Tour of Abruzzo, as we've named it. We're back here with some of the guests and a new guest as well, and we've also got 2 people missing.
We got a new friend here, my lovely wife, Gunilla from Sweden.
Hi, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And where's the boys?
The boys, they had to go home to work.
Well, we miss them.
Yeah.
We're very glad to meet you.
Likewise, I've heard a lot about you. I the tour.
Was some of
They
it good?
came back with all the stories, everything they saw.
Oh, well, that's
They were
nice.
thrilled.
Oh, good.
It was a fantastic.
Oh, well, we
They had
enjoyed
so
it
much
too.
fun.
We really did.
We had a great time.
Yeah, it was a fantastic day. A little bit of everything. I would really suggest anybody to take this tour.
The whole day was just simply fantastic. Not only just the day and visiting the places, but the people that we went with, and you guys in particular. Thank you so much for the day. Just fabulous. You've got to do it.
It was a wonderful trip, and you guys made it fabulous, and I thank you.
I loved the day. The day was fantastic. We've been travelling around Abruzzo for 2 months now. We thought we'd seen it all, but Andrew and Katia, you showed us things that we didn't even know about, totally off the beaten track. If anyone's looking for something different and no stress whatsoever, the whole day is managed for you. You enjoy it from the minute you make it up till when you finish. You've got to go with these guys. They're amazing, and the sights, the experiences, just fantastic.
Yeah, so we thought we'd meet up again because we didn't really get so much chance to say goodbye to these lovely people, and so I think without further ado, let's have a salute to everyone. Wonderful. See you all again. Salute.